Okay, another day, another $1.50 or 150 baht, which is $5. So there you go. More money, more money, more money. Dating update. For those of you who have been watching my 4-hour work week playlist series, whatever, I talked about a lady who I met on Tinder who had crossed over the line. I think in the last one of the dating things I did, I talked about how you meet them on TiCupid or Tinder or whatever platform you're on here, dating site. And TiCupid is more like Match.com. Tinder's Tinder, but not just hookup women are on Tinder here in Thailand, unlike America. So I met a lady on Tinder, got her line ID. That's, like I said, that happens really quick, usually right away. And the reason being, Line app is like Skype or WhatsApp, where I've never used WhatsApp, but from what I understand, you can communicate video call and all that. You can send pictures, which is huge. Video call, ensure it's the person you think it is, that it's not a scam, and that the person who is who they say they are and look like they say they look, and all that stuff. Like the pictures on the dating site represent the actual person. That's important here and in the States. So anyway, long story short, she was on. I met her on Tinder, but we had the line IDs, and it didn't really go anywhere. How are you? How you doing? What are you doing today? Hanging out, whatever, relaxing, and that was that. Just that happens a lot. You got to kind of sift through the rubble, and certain connections happen right away, and you meet them and you talk to them, and it grows or it doesn't, right? So this one didn't grow. Just whatever reason, my fault as much as anything else, just not investing in it, putting any time into it. At the time I had the girl in Lampang, and the 22-year-old had just ended, and I was still seeing the salon owner, the 40-year-old, 38 was Lampang. So, having broken up with the 22-year-old, I did have some regrets, right? Because we only got together twice, and it was amazing, and it was fun, as you can imagine. I'm an old man, and she's a young lady, and it was awesome in a lot of ways. So without getting like all R-rated or fucking X-rated, it was fun. I had a great time. So she asked for money, as I mentioned. She said that her mom stole her money. It's unique, right? A little twist on it. And I immediately blocked her online. Line up, you can, just like Facebook, you can block them online, no more communication. And I thought later, perhaps I was a bit hasty with that, because she's 22, she had a great body. So, there was that little bit of regret. Like, I did the right thing. I'm real strict when it comes to money. The minute they ask for money, I'm out, right? Because I'm not into prostitutes, and I don't want to buy, relationships or friendships or anything. I don't want to buy anything like that. I'll buy food, I'll pay for rent and buy cars, but I'm not going to pay for companionship of any kind, right? So I don't regret that, but I did miss her in the sense of, we had fun. It was 2 really good dates. The second was an overnighter. So out of nowhere, this 27-year-old pops up. So she's not 22, and that's actually a good thing, because those 5 years make a huge difference in this girl's personality and just the way she behaves. And really the thing that I find the sexiest, if I can use that word, without you guys throwing up, because I am old and fat, the thing I find the sexiest about her is her confidence. She's much more confident than the 22-year-old, and that 5 years makes a big difference. The 22-year-old emotionally was a little girl still. She had the body of a woman, but her emotional state, her mind and everything, she was still a kid, really. And the 27-year-old's a woman. She's old enough, she's been around, she's been cheated on, she's cheated on guys, whatever, she's been hurt, she's lived. Those 5 years make a big difference. So she came over, and we hit it off right away. Like, she's very easy to talk to. She's got good English, which the 22-year-old also didn't have English skills. She has good English skills, so we communicate, no translator at all. That's great. That's amazing. Like I said, that's the single biggest tip I can give a guy who wants to come to Thailand, is make sure your girl speaks some English. The more the better, obviously. But when it's like this, when we can communicate all night long in English, it's fucking fabulous. And she's a party girl. And what I mean by that is I'm still, after last year, and that part, I mean, I got the lay of the land now. I understand how Thailand works, and I explained it to you. It's all about money. And it's either short-term hustle, I call it short-term hustle, or long-term hustle, right? And this is the first lady that I've met here. And this is, I'm starting to really figure out Thailand now, because other guys, other foreigners, Farang they call us, and they say Falang because their R's become L's. So you hear blah, 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 Falang, Falang. They're talking about you. You hear the Falang, right? The word's Farang. Once again, the R becomes an L when they say it. But this is, I think, what some of the other guys have found. She's just a party girl, like, and she just wants to have fun. So she hasn't asked for money yet. And now, granted, it's been 2 dates, which is the same I had with the 22-year-old. First one, she came over, you know, we had fun. I dropped her off. Second time, she came over, and I thought I was dropping her off again. You know, we didn't talk about it, and she's like, okay, you know, go take a shower, I'll take you home. You don't want me to stay? Yeah, I want you to stay. Come on. I just didn't think it was in the card. She didn't bring a change of clothes or anything. So that was a happy surprise. And I mean, it just, you know, it was what a night. Jesus Christ, you know. Now, it's funny because the first time she stayed over, I pulled a muscle in my ribs and back. I'm old. I'm fat. It's reality. It's going to happen. If you go to the gym and you haven't been to the gym in 20 years, you're going to pull a freaking muscle. So I actually like tweaked something over here in my side, my ribs. And it's one of those fucked up things where you got to reach for a glass or whatever, and you're like, oh, man. You know, that's just part of being old, man. So I had a great night with her, but I was like, it was a reminder. You're human, you're old. You know, you're frail, which for a guy like me with my background and the things I've done, and I'm still kind of a big dude, it's really hard to get in my head that I'm fucking fragile, right? So that was interesting, and I mulled it over for a little bit. And she wasn't clingy. She didn't ask for money. She wasn't all up in my business like the 22-year-old. That's what I'm saying. The difference in the 5 years is amazing in just tons of ways. And that, you know, even after we had the first date, she wasn't like, you know, I'm going to come and see you tonight, or I miss you and I love you 5 minutes after I dropped her off, like the 22-year-old did, right? She was clingy, which after last year's experiment, I didn't want clingy. So it's a refreshing difference, and the English, like I said, is huge too. So when she came over instead overnight, I'm like, holy fuck, like, I'm not marrying her, because that's just, I'm smart enough and I'm in control of my emotions enough to understand it would never work, but I get it now. I understand why all these old fat dudes from other countries are marrying these chicks, because my God, if she's not the fucking perfect woman. Now, well, I say that, okay. So she's here the first night, and she's like, I'm going to go outside and smoke. And she takes out from her pocketbook a pack of cigarettes. I can't stand that. I hate smokers. You know, she came back in, and, you know, I kissed her. And that's another thing. Fuck it, I'll get into it in the video. I don't give a shit. But she's very, very sexual person. So, like, the whole thing that I'm used to my whole life is, you know, you're on a date, things progress, it gets physical, and then it's kind of done. With her, the whole night, just random, spontaneous, multiple times. It was like fireworks. I don't know how to describe it without, like I said, getting X-rated, not R-rated, but just at the drop of the hat, something physical would go on. It's just, so it's like, it didn't go linear in a straight line. It was like, whoop, whoop, you know, like sex, sex, dancing, drinking, sex. So that was, once again, pleasant surprise, unusual, different, and at no time did money come up, and it never came up even the next day in the morning when I dropped her off. So she's coming again tonight, and it's like, I know I'm in for it, and part of me, being a realist, dreads how tired and what a fucking soggy cornflake I'm going to feel like tomorrow. But the other part of me is like, this girl's fucking amazing, you know, and when she's over here, I have a blast, you know, the whole night. I mean, you know, when we went to bed, I'm thinking we're going to sleep. We're going to bed for sleep because we had done all our hijinks out here and on the living room, on the couch. No, like when we went to bed, she was horny again. Still, whatever. I mean, just Jesus Christ. So here I'm this, you know, big studly dude, at least in my head, right? This is where I'm coming from. And I'm the man, and I'm the daddy, I'm this, I'm that, all that crap, right? Just built up over the years. I'm an alpha male, and that's the role I'm comfortable in. And here's this girl saying, do you got what it takes? I'm like, fuck me, Jesus Christ, like what? What, like who are you? But the reality is, I'm 57, I'm fat, and like, I'm not sure. For the first time in my life, I'm not sure I got what it takes to satisfy this 27-year-old in shape, absolutely gorgeous body. Now, okay, I started to get into the downers of smoking. Don't dig smoking. And then when she stayed overnight, God, she was out there 4 times. Now, once again, sexiest woman I've ever been with, she took my shirt. I had a really nice Tommy Bahama linen cotton shirt that I want, you know, pick her up in. And I had it out here in the living room, and she put the shirt on. She was fucking butt-ass naked underneath the shirt, and buttoned up my shirt a couple buttons and went outside to smoke on the balcony where the washing machine is. That's sexy as hell. I mean, there's nothing as sexy as a woman in a man's shirt naked, not even wearing pants. Any Western lady I've ever dated wouldn't go outside to smoke like that, or would wear panties and probably a bra, but at least panties, right? No, she did fucking, she puts the shirt on, goes out, sexy as hell. I just watch her walking out going, oh my God, you know? And I mean, guys, look at this. This is, I'm not fucking George Clooney. And so to score a chick like this is just insane. It's beyond what most of us think about back in the States as possible, right? So the smoking, that's a downer. Drinking, you know, she drinks a lot. She brought her own tall boy Chang beer, big Chang beer, drank that through, and started drinking my Maker's Mark bourbon. I mean, she, you know, party girl, right? Woohoo! That's, you know, I don't have weed. If I had weed, she'd be smoking weed, you know, drinking, just party girl, party girl. Let's have sex, let's drink. Put on music on the TV, was listening to, you know, young people music, dance music, just having fun. She's just going through life having fun right now. She's not worried about settling down. She's not worried about getting married. She's not worried about money. So, yeah, she's a handful, man. And once again, I'm looking forward to it, but I know I'm going to be fucking dead tired tomorrow because it's going to take everything I have physically just to keep up with her. So the smoking, the drinking, no good. Fake tits. Some guys like tits. My friend Sean here loves big tits. He doesn't care if they're fake or real. I care. I don't like fake tits. I would have rather, if she was small, like the 22-year-old, I would have rather she kept her natural small tits. I would have enjoyed those more than fake tits. They're hard. They're cheap. She had a Thai boyfriend for 5 years, and he paid, or didn't pay, I should say, for the boob job. So they're not good. They're cheap. So they're fake instead of real, strike one, and they're cheap, fake, strike two. So once again, there's some downsides. Nobody's perfect. I'm as far from perfect as you can get, you know, at this stage of my life. But yeah, it's just things that, like I said, I could see where a guy would marry her. I really could, you know, but it's ridiculous. And from the minute I started talking to her online, I knew we had no future, right? Because it's ridiculous. I'm 57, I'm 30 years older than her. There's no way that thing's got a future. But a lot of guys come here, meet a girl like this, fall in love, and just, that's all she wrote. The next thing you know, they're getting married. So that's Thailand too. The reason I decided to do the video after debating, you know, because I'd done a video about getting off of Tinder, and this girl's from Tinder, but once again, it was like a leftover. It was, you know, so as a result, I haven't paid yet for TiCupid. So I'm on TiCupid. I sent a bunch of messages out to short, petite ladies, which is what I like, right? And this girl's tall too. She's like 5'4", which, you know, you're like, that's tall. Yeah, in Thailand that's tall. The average is 5'2", and some of them are sub 5 foot. Like my girlfriend last year was 4'9", which sounds insane. But like again, in Thailand, most of the women are closer to 5 foot than, you know, 5'5" or 5'6". That's tall in Thailand for women. So yeah, so the height thing, and that's fine. I mean, the height thing doesn't bother. Just my preference is shorter women. So I put that out on Match.com, right? ThaiCupid.com, same. But I didn't pay. And that's the key to that website. So whereas in America, in October of 2019, I got on the site and I paid right away. It was like $30 a month, or $26 a month. And I got 200 messages the first week I was on. I haven't paid yet, because I'm seeing this 27-year-old, and I've gotten 12 messages, and most of them have been older than me. So in a land of 35 million women, you know, and there's girls on there who are, you know, 18, 22, 25, 32, looking for guys up to 65 years old because they don't care. They're looking for a sugar daddy, right? Short-term hustle, long-term hustle, like I talked about before. It's all about the money. It's always going to be about the money. So that's amazing, you know, to get 54-year-old women, 61-year-old women, women who weigh as much as I do, you know, and you're like, well, yeah, no, not in Thailand. No, that doesn't happen in Thailand. But it happens when you're on Match.com and you don't pay. You gotta pay. Everybody wants your money here. The police, the government, the ladies, the men, the stalls. I mean, Thailand is set up to take your money. So ThaiCupid.com is no different, right? There's a big difference in the quality of your experience based upon whether you pay money or not. So I'm going to let the last of the Tinder girls run its course, and however long I last. If I stop making videos, you'll know that I croaked with a big smile on my face, right, and a heart on in the bed behind me. I'll be there fucking prone because I put too much into it, like I did with the 22-year-old that time, where it took me half an hour to catch my breath. So I'll die a happy man, I'll tell you that. She's fun and amazing, and I'm having a blast. So I decided, just, you know, number one, full disclosure. I tell too much of my personal life on this channel, but it is what it is. It's me. Anybody who knows me knows I don't hold back. And I am planning on meeting the forever lady. But right now that's on hold, just being honest. You know, I decided just to, you know, once again, go back to my normal policy of full disclosure. That's reality. That's what's happening. So that's the update, and yeah, tomorrow when I do my 4-hour work week video, I'll have absolutely zero energy again, because she just literally and figuratively drains the fuck out of me. I just got nothing left when I'm done seeing her. So, but I'm once again looking forward to it, not dreading it. I'm excited. I can't wait to see her. I missed her. But no, I'm not getting married to her. But that's, once again, the other reason I decided to do the video, besides being transparent. This is Thailand, guys. I mean, this is what all these guys come for, is experiences like this. Because at some point, it's got to come down to money. I know that. But she's really good at playing the long game, better than anybody yet I've met. And I'm going to ask her tonight, and you go, well, why are you going to fuck it up? Well, because I know it's not going to work long term. It can't last forever, but I'm enjoying the short term immensely. But I'm going to ask her tonight, like, what's in it for you? I got to know, right? And I know it's money. I'm curious how it hasn't come up yet. She ordered food last time and paid for it. Like, she got the Grab driver, which is like Uber Eats, Grab food, to come and bring her dinner. She hadn't eaten. It was late, you know. Like almost 10 o'clock, and she paid for it, or she paid for it online. It's like she didn't ask me to buy her fucking 40 baht dinner. No money. That's crazy. It's not Thailand. That's not normal. So I'm really curious as to what the, you know, does she expect to marry me? Is that the long-term hustle? I don't know. I'll find out tonight. And even if it is the long hustle and that's what she wants, I'm still going to see her. But me, I'll be honest. I'll be honest with her and tell her, no, I'm not going to marry you. And if that kills it, that kills it. I can live with that because, God, I'll have the memories of, the first 2 days plus tonight. I know I'm going to have a blast tonight, so I'll have that memory forever. So, all right, guys, that's it. Dating update Thailand. You've heard people say it's Disneyland for single men, and that's why. She's gorgeous. She's got a great body, even with the fake tits. I'll put up with it. Just tight, young. Old is kind of ugly. Young is beautiful. Let's all just say it like it is. So she's beautiful. She's fun. She's sexy. She's exciting. She's a blast to hang out with. So I'm gonna have a good time tonight. I'm gonna enjoy it while it lasts. Ride the ride while it lasts. It's you don't want a Ferrari or a Lamborghini as a daily driver because they break down. But man, when you're if you rent one or if you borrow a friend's or whatever, when you're driving it, God damn, it feels good. You just got this blast of speed, and it's totally impractical, but it's fun as hell. That's this chick. So take care.